Hi, Thomas D here, broadcast journalist with Gasworld, and we're once again live at one of our events, and I've been joined by Rob Cockerill, our Global Content Director, to go through his Q4 editors' picks. Thanks for joining me today, Rob. Your first pick, since we're at an event, this one seems a fitting pick for your first pick of the last quarter.
Yeah, it does indeed, and my pleasure. We've grabbed a bit of time here before the event begins to sit down and have this conversation. Yeah, so my first pick is the revelation that we could see a Qatar 5 helium plant in Qatar, of course, at Ras Laffin Industrial City. This announcement was made on the gasworld stage at our Helium Super Summit at the end of October. Huge announcement, and we can remember the buzz in the room as people exited the room, in fact, on their mobile phones, and we're trying to make calls and tell colleagues and friends, no doubt. But yeah, huge announcement in the making there. We actually heard from Qatar Energy during that talk that the Qatar 4 plant, which we know all too well is on its way, should be online by around 2027, I think the date was. But yeah, then we were given this kind of double whammy, this huge announcement of a Qatar 5 plant. I have spoken to a few people since, and particularly while we were on the ground in Houston, who have perhaps questioned that, or perhaps some of the timing around it. But look, we've got the announcement, it's been made, and there could be a lot to look forward to with a significant amount of helium ramping up from Qatar in the next decade. Yeah,
huge helium story, and great to have it at one of our events. Now, your second pick, this involves Mesa.
It does indeed. So this really is perfect for this stage, because it will be on this stage in a couple of days' time. We will have an opening keynote from Stefan Mesa himself. Yeah, so Stefan, as we know, is stepping back into more of a chairman role. We heard that back in April after 20 years of being the CEO and very much the rebuilder of the Mesa Group and its family ownership. And I think, my second pick was this story in recent weeks that actually the ownership structure of Mesa is changing once again. So the Mesa Group's been under various kind of guises of its ownership structure in that last 20 years, in fact. And in the last few years, as it kind of regrouped and went again with the divestments it picked up from the Praxair-Linde merger. Now, as we understand it, Mesa has taken kind of full control of Mesa Industries, as it was. And it's all about bringing all of the global Mesa activities under one roof, so to speak. So a really big step forward, and I'm sure we're going to hear more about it from Stefan Mesa himself in our illustrious keynote at this event.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to that one tomorrow. And your final pick for the quarter, it's all about air products and blue hydrogen.
Absolutely, yeah. And I picked this one because it's blue hydrogen, it's hydrogen, and we'll be talking a lot about that, in fact, here in Kuala Lumpur this week. We'll have a 60 minutes hydrogen session for Gasworld. We've got the H2View Hydrogen Summit at this very venue at the end of the week. So very much in our thoughts, hydrogen as always, and decarbonisation as a whole. But what we're going to talk about a lot this week is how we do decarbonisation on a pragmatic level, how we can't actually just turn on green hydrogen as quickly as we'd like, and the role that blue hydrogen and other shades will have to play, certainly in the next decade, if not even longer still. So this is another one of those stories. It's another tier one player, and particularly Air Products, that are invested in blue hydrogen capacity, and I think it's definitely worth a read.
Yeah, it's definitely great to see movement in this industry as well. But thanks for your time today, Rob. That rounds off another year of editors' picks, and we'll no doubt be back next year for even more.
I'm sure we will, and do be sure to read all of our updates from this event on this stage this week. By the time you see this, it'll all be over, so make sure you catch up.